Fourth and Goal is back, and it's pretty much a new era as we have a new co-host to the show. Uncle Lou has pretty much. All right, fine. Maybe I fired him. I don't know. I don't know what happened. All right, but love and respect for Uncle Lou. I talked to him about it. He says he's good. He doesn't want to. He wants to keep me on the morning show and everything, but he's good about this whole fourth and goal situation. But we do have a special new co-host, the one and only Viktube. Michael Vick, what's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Michael Vick, it's still not the college football season, but coming up pretty soon, Georgia and Alabama have their spring games.
Yep, coming up next Saturday.
Yeah, man, I'm excited for it. We have Bama plays theirs next week too. What are you looking for in Georgia's? Are you looking for JT Daniels? Are you looking for the defense? And I guess I guess it'll be JT and I guess Brock Vandergriff as the two quarterbacks to compete on each side of the ball. On each team.
Yeah, it looks like team one will probably be Daniels and Bennett, and then team two will be Vandergriff and Beck.
Yeah, absolutely. And it'll be for Alabama. I guess it'll be Bryce Young competing against Paul Tyson, along with guys on the roster such as Jalen Milroe. And then I really don't know. I mean, we don't have Ty Simpson we get next season. We really have 1, 2, and 3. We just signed a 4-star in Jalen Milroe. Nothing really special about him. I mean, he can throw the ball. He can run the ball. I mean, that's pretty much it. It's nothing major, but I'm excited. I'm just happy to have spring games this year, man. I mean, COVID hit last year, and it was just it was insane. And they canceled spring football. We were lucky we even got a football season to begin with. But this year, we have spring games. And it's been a couple years since we saw that. And I'm looking forward to it. Georgia's going to have a great offense with JT Daniels. They're going to have a great defense, an elite defense. What do you think happens? Do you think you guys play better defensively or offensively this year?
Offensively, I think, with all the weapons we got coming back at the wide receivers, running backs, tight ends. JT slinging the ball around. I definitely think that that the offense is definitely going to be ahead of the defense for sure. I think that Kirby Smart has said that the offense has been way ahead of the defense this spring. So,
which I think is, just looking at Georgia the past few years, that's actually surprising in ways because Kirby's just a defensive coach. That's just how he is. But he's figured out offense. I know that I hear Chess Hall, Lou, and I haven't heard you about it, but I'm sure Georgia fans have just been so stressful because it was Fromm over Fields. Fromm fit it better. At least that's what he might tell you. I mean, we know good and well Justin Fields should have started for Georgia. Unfortunately, though, at least he had a great career at Ohio State. But for quarterbacks, it hasn't really been Georgia's thing. And it wasn't their thing last year until, I guess, who was it? Mississippi State. And then, Mississippi State happens. JT takes over. And he's just throwing the ball. And he's looking like a Mac Jones or a Trevor Lawrence. He's just looking like a quarterback that we're used to seeing from any other team in the country. So it's great to see Georgia figure that out.
Definitely. I think that the best thing Kirby can do for the offense would be to stay out of it. Just let Monken do his thing. Let Monken run the offense and just stay out of it.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, look, Kirby is a great coach. Excellent recruiter, too. He can recruit on offense just as great as he can defense. But, man, if anyone sits there and says he can control a complete team, on both offense and defense, he at least can't do it by himself. There's nothing wrong with that. If you're a coach that can handle the defense, and you're just a defensive type of coach, that's fine. That's great. You just got to be able to trust your offensive coordinators. And obviously, halfway through last season, he did that, and it worked out.
Yeah, delegation is definitely important. Of course, a coach, is usually gonna have expertise in one side of the ball or the other. Some head coaches will have a defensive background. Some will have an offensive background. So like for Kirby, he's a defensive guy, so he should just stick with the defense. And the reason why he's hiring an offensive coordinator should be to let him run the offense.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you have offensive coordinators for a reason. And I mean, even at Auburn, now Gus Malzahn's at UCF now, but I mean, Gus Malzahn was one to take control of the offense, and he didn't do it every single year, which I don't know why that was. That's what was so weird about Malzahn was one year he takes over the offense, is lighting it up. It's looking pretty good. He beats our teams, Georgia and Alabama, and he has great success. The next year, he's not beating our teams because he's not taking control, and then he waits a year or two, and he's like, you know what, I might want to go back to running he could have stuck to it, and Auburn could have had maybe better offenses. He's just an offensive guru. So for a coach like Kirby Smart, it's like, he's an elite head coach right now. He's recruiting greatly, but you got to handle the recruits. You got to play the recruits. You got to play the players on the field and do it well. Kirby needs to accept the fact that he cannot control this offense. He's got to let his coordinators handle it, and he needs to just stick to the defense because he's not a complete coach. He's a defensive coach. He does a great job recruiting and everything. That's what makes him a great head coach as well. But I think he really just needs not even so much the coordinators. This is JT Daniels' team going into next season. It's on JT.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, this all rests on JT's shoulders. Yeah, his ability to deliver the ball to our playmakers on the offense.
Yeah, absolutely. So would you say in the Georgia spring game, that's what you're looking for, is how is JT going to perform? And I guess obviously with JT, George Pickens, and who was the other receiver? Was it Robinson? I think that got hurt.
It was almost Burton though, but
okay.
But his was not a bad injury. He's just going to be out for a few weeks. Although I have heard a rumor that he may be back for the spring game. So,
well, that'll be good if he is back. I mean, Georgia. I mean, they also got guys like Braxton Hicks, Harris Jackson, Jalen Johnson. I mean, they have some depth. Some guys that they'll be inexperienced a little bit. They do have a lot of young guys at receiver, but it'll be interesting to see. So, I mean, if I'm looking at the Georgia spring game, I want to see how the receivers step up with Pickens out. Who's going to step up there? How's JT going to perform? And then I guess maybe Brock Vandagriff being a 5-star. If Kirby plays his cards right, he's leading the other team in the spring game for Georgia. I really badly want to see what Brock Vandagriff brings. And so, I mean, that's my take on Georgia going forward.
and then also, the defense. So we got some concerns about the secondary. A lot of
concerns on Georgia's defense.
The secondary.
That doesn't make sense,
right.
But okay.
That's right. Well, we are losing a lot of players. We're losing like Eric Stokes, and Rich LeCount, Mark Webb, DJ.
You lost. What about Aziz Ojulari, isn't he going too?
Yeah, he's gone. Yeah. Yeah, but
Yeah, but
he's in the front seven though, not the secondary. Yeah, I
oh
think
yeah,
that,
that's
that
right.
there's still plenty of talent at the outside linebackers. Still got Adam Anderson and Nolan Smith, so I'm not really worried in about our pass rushers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got you. I'll go ahead. I guess that we can get into Alabama. What I'm looking for. We don't really have a whole lot of injuries, and um, obviously coming off a championship, everyone expects Bama to do what they always do and get back to the playoffs and everything like that. We got Bryce Young at quarterback on one side, Paul Tyson on the other. I've been hearing news all over, like, don't count out Paul Tyson, but even though I kind of believe that, and if Saban sees best fit that he's the next guy or whatever, then he might start him. Good and well it's going to be Bryce Young there, and it'll be interesting to see. I guess Brian Robinson step up at running back. Hopefully, Trey Sanders doesn't get hurt for the third year in a row. He was out a little bit last year because he got hurt in a car accident before, or really a little bit into the season, like after a month. Then he gets hurt in a car accident, really damages his ankle and everything. It's tore up. Um, he injured himself as a freshman in practice. He's a 5-star recruit that has a lot of potential, I think. But man, he's gotten hurt a few times, and he hasn't really had his opportunity or his chance. So I mean, it'll be interesting to see the quarterbacks. I think it is going to be Bryce Young. Brian Robinson is going to step up and run it back. I think honestly, and this is something we haven't seen from Bama in a couple years. Um, it's been a while since this has happened, but I feel like it'll be one of those old school Saban teams. Not like they're going to get back to running the ball more. I think Bryce Young's going to freaking light it up and throw it. But I have a feeling like when Tua took over the offense and everything, it was offense, 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 right? That's all we focused on. I have a feeling the offense takes a step back, losing Waddle, Devontae, Najee, Mack. We're losing all of that. We're going to have great players step up, Slade Baldwin and John Mechie and Bryce Young at quarterback. It's going to be great. But I have a feeling the defensive side of the ball will be more productive than the offensive side for Alabama next year.
Yeah, no. The Alabama's defense has been kind of disappointing to Bama fans over the last couple of years. So
it has. We gave up 48 points to Auburn a few years ago, and it just there's no excuse. Chess Hall says, Ballard, stop oversleeping and pulling a chess ball.
Yeah, I think
I didn't oversleep. I had to run to the store and get some stuff, and I came home. We got it on time, though.
Yeah, so Chess wants to know if he can have his wrench back.
I gave him his wrench back. I thought I did. Yes. He has a blue wrench right by his name.
Okay.
So, GG though says Space Jam. Oh, have you seen the new Space Jam that's coming out?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Do you know about the first one?
Yeah, I've seen the first one. Yeah.
I think if you haven't, you aren't even a sports fan if you haven't even. I don't care if you like basketball or not. If you haven't seen Space Jam, you have no business being a sports fan. I mean, that was incredible. I saw it like one time and it was great. I haven't been able to find it anywhere though, because I really want to go back and watch it again.
Yeah, I still have it on VHS. So.
That's awesome. That's awesome, man. So yeah, it's going to be great to see these spring games. What other teams interest you this year? I guess you're probably going to be doing some scouting and reporting it to Kirby Smart when you watch maybe some Clemson practices or something. I'm sure. I
Yeah.
mean, I'll be watching Miami and like poking fun at Miami fans all off season. But what other teams are you looking forward to seeing this spring outside of Georgia?
Outside of Georgia. Yeah. Well, I guess all. I guess all of the team. Well, I guess all of the SEC teams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So plus like some of our other opponents. Yeah. So like Clemson and Georgia Tech.
Yeah, we get
and then all the SEC teams.
we get all the rivalry games back. You mentioned Georgia Tech. I mean, I know they're they're just terrible, but to have that rivalry back this year has got to be exciting.
Yeah, definitely enjoy giving the nerds a good ass whooping. So
Bama didn't really Bama didn't really lose. They don't have any rivals or big games outside of the SEC. But man, I mean, I'm just trying to figure out who's going to step up and compete in the West outside of. Well, I don't even know about A&M. I mean, they lose a few players. They were a one-loss team
yeah.
last year. It'll be interesting to see how they do. But like Auburn, we have them at Jordan Hare. I know Georgia does too. But Auburn's really going to be terrible. Like, who do you think they have a better chance of beating this year? You think Auburn has a better chance of beating Georgia or Alabama at Jordan Hare? B. Burrell.
Neither.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they both have the same chance, which is 0. So
I got you. I got you, man. So, but really don't have a whole lot else. I mean, just looking at the spring games coming up, I'm excited to watch them, and I mean, I'm just ready to see what you know, just what these teams do this offseason. Not just Bama and Georgia, but there's Clemson, Ohio State. I mean, all the big name teams. Are they taking a huge step back or taking a giant leap forward? It's going to be interesting to watch. And what do you think of? I don't know how much you pay attention to the draft. I was watching Get Up this morning on ESPN, and they keep talking about Justin Fields and how his draft stock is falling. And I wrote something on my website, which if anyone hasn't visited it, just go visit it. I'll put the link. But Justin Fields, who didn't work out at Georgia. It just didn't. For some weird reason, and I keep saying that, but we all know good and well Kirby was dumb to go with Jake Fromm and not give Fields a fair chance. I like to sit here and I like to joke and poke fun at him for it. I'm sorry, I just do, because even I sit there, a Bama fan, by the way, and I'm like, it was a no-brainer who you should have gone with. Fields, when he saw the field, he looked good, but there was just something about Fromm. I don't know. Things just didn't work out between Kirby and Fields. But I wrote something on my website yesterday, and it's obviously it's Trevor Lawrence, number 1 in the draft. But then they say Zach Wilson is QB2 to the Jets. Okay. But now I'm seeing mock drafts where Justin Fields is getting to like pick 8 or 9 or whoever, right? And they got guys like Trey Lance and Mac Jones going ahead of him. Do you think his stock is falling in a way? Are they undervaluing him? Or is it more so one of those? I mean, obviously, certain quarterbacks are going to fit with certain teams in the NFL. Maybe there's just, the teams at the very top just aren't fit for him, or they don't think they are. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that he's definitely being undervalued. Yeah. I think that he should be the second or third quarterback taken.
Yeah. Would you have him go to the Jets over Zach Wilson?
You mean if I was the Jets?
Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
that's like the Tennessee of the NFL where nobody works out there. They all get screwed.
yeah. If I was
But
the
would you
Jets, yeah, I would take
you
Fields.
take him? Yeah, I would. I probably would too. I mean, I only sit here and I joke about. I've joked a little bit about. Oh yeah, Zach Wilson's clearly better than Fields. Yeah, only because they all have him going number 2 overall or number 3 wherever the Jets are picking. I mean, and I'm like, how did we go from preseason Trevor Lawrence 1A, Justin Fields 1B to now it's you got Mac Jones, you got Zach Wilson right there. How did we get a BYU quarterback, which he's great, don't get me wrong, but how did he get ahead of Alabama, Ohio State quarterback? I mean, all of these other big name guys. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't mind if Justin Fields fell to the Falcons.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good fit. I mean, I feel like in a way Justin Fields, like Trevor Lawrence would work out anywhere. He's a generational talent, and so is Fields. But I also think even though Fields might be able to lead any team in the NFL if you give them the right, you got to give every player, I don't care who they are, they got to have the right, they have to have great weapons around them to have the right coaching staff. I just feel like even though Fields is that kind of guy, it's like, at the same time, does he really want to be with the Jets right now? Because I mean, it's I don't care who you get at quarterback for the Jets. They could trade up and get Trevor Lawrence. They're not doing jack squat for the next 5-10 years.
No.
I mean, they're just like that. So I mean, there's no fixing the Jets. Fields is a great quarterback who is probably still the second best. He's better than Zach Wilson, but in a way, maybe Zach Wilson just would be a better fit for the Jets. Nothing wrong with taking Justin Fields, but certain quarterbacks are going to work out in certain franchises.
Yeah. So I need to run to the restroom. Yeah, I'll be back in a little bit. Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead. Great. But yeah, so again, guys, sum up Michael Vick, Viktube Productions, and check out his channel. And just yeah, don't forget to check out the website too, man. You can create an account, and you can always comment on any post or anything like that. So this stream brought to you by Chess Hall's milk.
Man, this is some good milk. But you know what? The milk's gone bad.
Okay.
Roll down Tide.
But yeah, I appreciate Mike Vick for wanting to step up and do this show. I never actually fired Uncle Lou. I tried to talk to him. I was trying to do the show. Or I wasn't even doing that, man. I had been busy the past few Fridays, and it just wasn't working out. I don't know. I mean, I found time today, found time last week, but still. Kevin Hart in here. What's up? First celebrity in here. Wow, this show has sponsors. Now this is much better than the professional sports show. Chess, if you're in here still, man, what do you think of what Kevin Hart just said? So, if you guys have any questions sports wise, and keep it sports stuff because we're trying to be professional over here. I do at least, and I mean that. Trying to be an actual sportscaster, trying to be professional. I know I was late today. I had some stuff come up. There's no excuse. I gotta figure out a perfect schedule and everything for the channel and everything like that. But y'all got questions, I'll answer them. We got Viktube back. What's up, Dominic? How you doing, man?
Hey, Dominic.
Breaking news: Queen Elizabeth's husband passed away. Is that true?
Yeah, Prince Philip. Yeah, he did. He passed away at 99.
Oh man, almost 100 years old. Man, that's sad news. I saw DMX had passed away. DMX has good music, I guess.
Yeah.
It's not bad. But did you watch any of March Madness this year?
Yeah, I did.
Who are you pulling for to win it?
Oh, well, in my bracket, I had picked West Virginia. So,
Ooh.
of course, they got eliminated pretty quick. So, yeah, I think they got eliminated in like the second round. So.
Yeah, I had I thought it would be a year of the favorites, and it was. It ended up being Baylor and Gonzaga, as we expected, the two best teams. But the way in which Baylor beat Gonzaga the other night was insane. They blew them out in a basketball way, and it was like, wow, Baylor really plays defense, and at the same time, it's like Gonzaga just didn't have it in them.
Yep, they did to Gonzaga what Gonzaga did to every other team they played.
Yeah. Definitely. So, does Jeff have a mod? I mean, he should. When you want to be a sportscaster, you have to go to college, which you didn't. Quite a bit of news on that, Webster. I'm getting back on track for that. So,
Yeah, so speaking of the draft, who do you want the Buccaneers to try to get?
I want them to try to get some depth. That's really what I want them to get.
Yeah,
Christian Barmore is a tackle from Alabama. He had a heck of a game. He's the guy that pretty much ruined Fields. I know Ohio State put up 24 points, and that's good. but they could not keep up with Alabama. I mean, Alabama put up 52. That's still a blowout in a way, like 28 points right there. You know, I mean, look, I would love to see them get some defensive help. I see a lot of mock drafts where they end up taking an edge rusher, getting some pass rush because who knows how long we're going to have Ndamukong Suh. Christian Barmore had a great performance. It had a great season, really. I think, but people didn't really pay much attention to him until the playoffs. I think he'd be a good pick for him, though.
Right. So you say that they should draft Balmore if he's still around by the time you get to pick 32.
Yeah.
And then as for me, I think I know a lot of people think that I'm crazy for saying this, but I think that the Falcons should draft Najee Harris.
Ooh.
I think because we got the
at number 4.
I think that would fit because our new head coach, he was the offensive coordinator at the Titans. So I think that they need a really big dominant running back in order to fit his offense. So I think they would go with Najee Harris because he's kind of like Derrick Henry.
Yeah,
Like,
I think the Falcons need to plan for life after. Yeah, I think y'all need to get a quarterback for after Matt Ryan. That's why I'm just going to be real. I have the Falcons at number 4 taking Justin Fields.
Right.
Did you see that happening?
The Falcons take Justin Fields. I'd be happy about that too. But
what are your thoughts on the 49ers potentially taking Mac Jones though? Is that surprising to you?
At what pick?
Number 3. They just traded up with
the Texans.
I'm trying to remember who they traded with.
Yeah, the Texans, I think.
I think that was it. No, the
Dolphins.
The Texans traded with the Dolphins.
Yeah, okay.
And the Niners and the Dolphins traded some picks or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So
I've heard that rumor too. Yeah, that the 49ers are wanting to take Mac Jones.
Yeah, I mean, look, this just goes to show you. And I heard rumors today that they might actually go Fields instead of Mac Jones, and I sat there and I just scratched my head. I'm like, so now they're having second thoughts on this. I mean, look, again, quarterbacks fit well in certain environments, certain teams, certain coaches. I mean, do you think Fields would fully fit with the Niners offense?
I think he could fit with the Niners offense.
Yeah, I mean, I think so too. But I mean, at the same time, like, I feel like, I really don't care.
I think Fields would fit any offense.
Any offense, wow, that's surprising. I mean, I get Trevor Lawrence because he's just call it what it is. I know it was 1A and 1B, but Trevor Lawrence is Trevor Lawrence, and Fields, after proving what he could do at Ohio State, and everything, that was great. But I mean, he does have some issue. I mean, like, against pressure here or there, he's got his flaws or whatever, but we'll see what happens. I think maybe you're right. Maybe Fields could fit in with any team, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I saw a mock draft where the Buccaneers themselves put out a mock draft, 7 rounds, and one of the picks, and I kind of hope this, not Kyle Trask necessarily. They had him taking like Kyle Trask in like round 4 or whatever, round 3, and on one hand, I'm like, we should draft a quarterback for when Tom Brady's gone. Go ahead and get a guy who can learn for the next year or two, so he's prepared to take over if we want to keep this franchise alive and a playoff caliber team. But Kyle Trask, and I thought about it, and I'm like, Kyle Trask actually might be a good fit for Bruce Arians, who's worked with so many young quarterbacks. Why not Kyle Trask?
Yeah,
So
you
we'll see
think
what happens there.
you think Trask falls to the 3rd or 4th round?
I think so, yeah. He might be a late day 2 or an early day 3 guy. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I don't know what the heck they're all talking about in the comments.
Striker is mine.
But so I made a video earlier. Don't forget, guys. Trivia night will be April 23rd. Actually, hold on. When's I think the draft's the let's see NFL draft April 29th. Okay, so I'm good. April 23rd, Friday night. We'll do the trivia night. If you want to be a part of that, email me or let me know. I'll add you to the list. And I explained how it would work in that video. Go watch that if you didn't. And so I think it'll be fun. I think I have you on the list, Vic.
Yeah. Yeah, they should let you host Jeopardy.
Yeah. I actually don't have you on the list, but I can add you real quick. You want to be a part of it, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Did you know that Aaron Rodgers was on Jeopardy?
Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
that.
sure
I was
about that.
like, how is this guy? Shouldn't he be practicing for this season? Like, what is he doing?
Well, it's the off season, so I mean, it's April. They're not really doing anything in April. I think they're all just working out on their own right now. So
Yeah.
yeah, and then one of the contestants trolled him, and then he said, whose idea was it to kick that field goal?
Yeah, I saw that. That was hilarious. Yeah. But anyway, I really don't have a whole lot else. Do you have anything else football wise you want to talk about?
No, not really.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you wanting to do this, man. I definitely wanted to keep the show going. Obviously, Uncle Lou didn't want to, but this was fun, man, and I think we'll have fun doing this show together.
Yeah, and I really appreciate you being willing to keep this show going and do it with me, even though Lou didn't want to do it anymore. So yes, I really appreciate the opportunity to get to do a show with you.
Hold on. Let's see what's
fun.
up with Deshaun Watson. What's the latest news on him? Let's see. Judge orders the women suing Deshaun Watson to disclose the names. Basically, the accusers who you've been following this Watson story, right?
Yeah.
The whole massage deal.
Yeah, I know.
Basically, the judge is saying that the women that accused him of like the sexual harassment or anything like that have to disclose their names and who they are to the judge.
Okay.
Which I don't blame the judge for that. I really don't. But yeah, this whole Watson thing is just it's crazy, man. It came out of nowhere one day, and now it's like, it's all anyone's talking about. It's crazy, and why it's not handled already, I don't know. But I don't know, man. It's getting out of control. I think they need to just hurry up with it.
Yeah, why does he have 40 masseuses?
Yeah, right. It's like 30 or 40 of them. Like you got one back. You know what I mean?
No. He's got yeah, I call him Deshaun Kinkson.
Okay.
Instead of Watson, I call him Kink. Yeah, Kinkson instead of Watson. Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny. Anyway, I don't really have a whole lot else. But this was great, Mike Vick. I think we definitely can work something out with this show, and I think you did a really good job on the show today. It went pretty well, and you got anything else to say before we get out of here?
Nope. I think that's all.
All right, man. How do you think you did?
Yeah. I think I did good. Yeah. I think I carried the show.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. But anyway, you guys go subscribe to Viktube Productions. Go say hello to them. Tell them Ballard sent you over there. And be sure to hit the thumbs up on this video. I think we'll go ahead and end it here. This was a great show. And we look forward to maybe doing this from now on Fridays and getting back to doing this with a new co-host, Michael Vick. We love all you guys. Appreciate you. Please like, comment, and subscribe right here to Ballard Sports Media for more sports content. And until next time, Ballard Sports Media is checking out. Mike Vick, you get your final words tonight.
Yeah. Go Dogs.
Roll Tide.
Okay. Roll down Tide.